Hey, Wayne here, and today we are on the Isinwheel Monster MT2 electric dirt bike. We're going to check it out right now. Oh, I knew it was going to happen eventually. So thanks to Isinwheel for sending out the Monster MT2 electric dirt bike for review. They had no say in the making of this video other than to help me with any questions I may have asked during the creation of it. Isinwheel also makes a sit-down scooter called the H7 Pro. I reviewed that recently, so if you want to check that out, I'll have links down below. So the Monster MT2 is a really good looking electric dirt bike. Currently comes in only one color, orange and black. I'm going to post some clips or pictures real quick so you can take a quick look and see how good this bike looks without me on it. And I have made it to the top of my hill that I like to come up to when I'm riding e-bikes, and now this dirt bike. So that hill across the street there, I don't know what they call that, but a friend of mine and I went up there. My buddy Urel, he took it for a spin. Rode up and down some of the slopes. Couldn't keep up with them with the bike that I was on, but this one worked out well for him. He went all around. I lost him. Next thing I know, he's at the top of the hill yelling out, "Hey, Wayne!" I was stuck somewhere. But he had a lot of fun with it. I'm going to show some clips of us riding through there.
Pretty good.
There are two things.
Yeah.
One, this bike is a nutcracker. I had to stand most of it. This thing's really banging into you. The other is I had to keep my distance because you were kicking up dirt, and I should have had my goggles on. So I was staying back on purpose because of all the dust that was getting in my face.
I didn't think about that.
Oh no, it's not. It's cool. I wanted you to keep going. I was glad that you kept going. What do you think of this road here?
That's good for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where you want to. This is cool right here. Between the street and stuff like this is perfect.
Good bike.
Battery died?
No, it hit the tree.
Oh, it hit the tree?
Yeah, hit the tree. It was amazing for a while there. It was going on the other side of the pole.
Oh, filming.
Yeah, but it was like you were here and it was over on that side of the fence. And I was like, I hope it doesn't go out down over there. But then it tried to go around this pole and it hit the tree.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it looks like it's fine. Isinwheel also makes this in 2 versions. This is the MT2, but they also make an MT2 Pro. So going forward in this review, I'm just going to refer to this as the MT2. I'm going to go over some of the key specs on this bike, but for a full spec sheet, I'm going to post some images from the Isinwheel website a little later in the video, or you can just go to the Isinwheel website to see them, or you can even go to my site, SpiderWayne.com, and check out the specs there as well. Okay, to begin, to start your bike, you're going to press the power button on the controller. When you see the zeros, you're going to put your NFC card on the monitor on the screen, and then you need to press the handle, the brake lever down, and that will unlock the bike and it's ready to go. The maximum power on this bike is 3,000 watts with 220 Newton meters of torque. That's going to be pretty good on getting up some of those hills. And to help you with that power, it has a 52-tooth chain ring. The MT2 has 3 power modes. Let's see here. So in one, let me slow it down. In the first power mode, it will get you up to 15 miles per hour. In the second one, it has a lot of kick. Gets you up to 25. And I'm running out of road, so I'm going to turn around and try mode 3. Okay, so I'm currently still in mode 2, and I'm switching to mode 3. Another big kick. 31. Had to slow down, I saw a car. 35. So it does meet what it says on their website of 35 miles per hour. We'll have to check that against maybe some GPS later to see, but apparently it is correct with their site. So it does have a 4th mode, which is supposed to help you with wheelies. It gives you more power. To do that, you just got to press and hold the plus button until you see the 4th mode blinking. And then to get out of it, you just press the minus button. Got brakes all around, hydraulic disc brakes with 180 millimeter disc. You're going to have good braking power when you need it. All right, the battery. It's a 48 volt, 22.5 amp hour battery. If you need to fully charge it, it should take about 7 to 8 hours. 7 to 8 hours to fully charge it. You're supposed to get about 65 miles of range off of a full charge. Of course, that's going to depend on what mode you're riding in, how much power you're putting out, hills, terrain, your weight, all of that's going to be a factor. But yeah, it says 65. I usually plan on at least half of whatever the manufacturer says for a comfortable ride. So we got some knobby tires on the bike. You got 14-inch in the front and a 12-inch on the rear. It's about 111.3 pounds and can carry a max load of about 330 pounds. It has both a front and rear suspension system of heavy-duty hydraulic shock absorbers for both ends, utilizing high-travel dual hydraulic suspension forks on the front and a large rear hydraulic shock absorber in the rear. The M2T has a dual tone headlight, and it also has a flashing mode. If you're looking for a great starter electric dirt bike, the Isinwheel Monster MT2 is probably what you're looking for. I have links down below. Grab yourself one, get out there and ride, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. It's time to get the Isinwheel electric dirt bike unboxed and assembled. All right, the box is off. This is quite a frame that they've packed it in, a metal frame that we're going to have to take apart. So let's get to that now. Now that the monster is out of the box, let's get it assembled. We're going to start with the rear suspension. First, we're going to remove this nut and bolt so that we can install the rear spring in and tighten it back down. So remove that, set the nut and bolt aside for a minute. And now all we're going to do is stand over the bike, lift it up, and push that, hold that rear tire in place, raise it up, get that back in place right there. Don't drop the bolt if you can help it. Line everything up. Slide that bolt through and put the nut back on and tighten it down. So I'm going to go ahead and place this wrench over here and going to go ahead and start tightening this side down. We're going to get started on the handlebars, but usually the brake levers are already connected to the handlebars. In this case, they're not, but you can tell which one goes where. This one has an R for right and an L for left on this one. So just remove these two screws here on each one and place it on the handlebar in a comfortable position and tighten them back down. And then after that, we'll connect all the cables and then the handlebar. All right, the handlebar isn't actually mounted yet, so you got to be careful to not just knock it off or whatever you're leaning it on. Just going to kind of fit this into place, get it finger started. I'll go back later and adjust it. I'll just kind of guess where I want them. I like them when they face down a little bit. So just get it in there, tighten it up a little bit, readjust later, and do the same thing with the other handlebar, and you'll be ready to connect all the cables. Okay, so I went ahead and I plugged a lot of these cables together. I didn't push them in all the way, but I wanted to show you they're all color coded, so like yellow with yellow, and they also have little arrows on them that you probably can't see from the camera right now, but like there's an arrow and there's an arrow. So you just put them together and pop them on. So I'm going to go ahead and put yellow with yellow, red with red, green with green, blue with blue. And once I get all that together, we're going to put the cover on for this light. So we're going to do that next. Okay, now we're going to install the light cover, and it covers a lot of these cables. So what you're going to do is go ahead and remove these two screws that are already in here. Take this cover, put a screw through there, get it started. Do the same on the other side. And that should cover up most of the cables and everything, so it looks nice and neat. And don't forget, when you're tightening this down, don't over tighten. This is plastic, and screwing these metal screws in here will cut right through it if you over tighten. So don't do that. Just get them nice and snug. To install the handlebars, there's 4 screw holes there. Just match these up, align them with the handlebar. Take your screws that are inside your little toolkit bag, and you can get started manually with your hands. Okay, once they're down in there pretty good, you're going to want to tighten them down really tight, but make sure that you go crisscross. That way everything's nice and flat and even. And once you get all these in here nice and tight, the handlebar will be done. And later on, you can go back over it and make any adjustments you need to make sure everything's nice and in place. Like the handlebars, I got this one lower than this one, so I'll release it, I'll loosen it a little bit and bring it up. So you make your adjustments after. But the handlebar for now, it's done. If you need to make any other adjustments after everything's straight, you need to turn your handlebar a little bit. Just go ahead and loosen these 4 screws here and then get it all lined up, tighten them back down. So that could be one of your final adjustments for fine tuning in the end. All right, once everything's mounted, let's go ahead and grab some of this cable. They give you this tubing, it's in your little toolkit. Just go ahead and start wrapping this around the cables. It'll look a lot neater once you get this on. So yeah, go ahead and just start wrapping that around. It's pretty easy to do. Pull it up, wrap it around. This way your cables aren't flopping all over the place. And that's about all you need right there to clean that up. To install the front fender, you're going to line up these 3 parts right here. 1, 2, 3, it's a triangle. There's one in the front that's going to go right into here, right here. And then you got your other 2, 1, 2 right there. So you're going to need to put the screw, just go ahead and drop it in to the first hole there, and then get your wrench, put it in there so that you can hold it, and then maneuver this right here. Find that hole and screw it in, and then do the same with the other 2. And after that, I'll show you how to finish off the headlight cover with the front fender. Okay, now that the fender's on, you're going to finish the front light cover. These holes that are under here are going to fit right onto these little tabs that are on the fender. So you're just gonna take that and push it down, and the front light cover and fender are done. Okay, the next thing you need to do is you need to set this brake caliper up. So you're going to want to loosen this, remove this screw here, probably in the opposite order of what I did. Place this down, put the screw back in, and then tighten them both up again. And then next we will take out, there is a spacer right here on the other side of this. I'll show it to you in a minute. But we're going to go ahead and tighten this back up, and then we can adjust it later if we need to. Hopefully we just get it right the first time, but if not, we may have to make a few adjustments for the brake caliper. All right, let's go ahead and get the wheel assembly going. I'm going to go ahead and place the disc here. Make sure to line up those 4 holes, and then you can start placing the screws in. Don't force them in, make sure they go in nice and smooth. And then just go so far down, and we're going to do the crisscross tightening again so that everything stays nice and flat and even. So go ahead and get all those in, tighten them up real good, and then we will move on to the brake caliper on the fender that this disc is going to go into. We're going to set that up, and then we'll mount the wheel. All right, you're going to want to remove this spacer right here. We're not going to need that anymore. going to remove this. This is going to be going back into the wheel. This side's loose, this side isn't. So go ahead and loosen that. So by the way, I have this bike on a mechanical jack there, a lift, and I'll put links to everything I'm using down below in case anybody needs anything here. So let's see. Try to help this out a little bit. There we go. Okay, I think I got it for the most part. Now, when you take this off, do not get rid of any of this. You're going to reuse it. And remember, this side stays on the left. The longer piece goes to the right. So let's go ahead and get this out. Just kind of fit it back. That'll be ready to go. And then this one will just slide back on when we're putting the wheel on. Okay, now what's going to happen is this wheel caliper or rotor is going to go in between the brake pads here. So make sure that you got nice clearance and everything is high enough. You might need help raising the bike up. Get a friend, somebody lift it or put it on a stand, and then you can just roll it on in. So I'm working alone, so I'm going to try jacking that up a little higher to get this on. And if that doesn't work, then I will probably get my sister or somebody to come over here and lift the bike up for a minute or so. All right, let me get that going. I'll be right back. All right, so you're going to slide that brake disc right there in between the brake pads. You're going to put this piece back through, and you're going to have to squeeze this longer tube in between the wheel and that axle. So let's see if we can get this in here. You can turn this if you need to. Get everything lined up. Turn it back in. Push it through. Make sure it gets lined up good. Otherwise it's not going to fit through. Go ahead and push that on in till you get it to come through the other side. There you go. Okay, so it took a little bit of work to get this through. I wound up going in from this side, and it is the longer spacer on the right side and the shorter spacer goes on the left. So just to be clear, because there is another video out there showing how to put this on, and it starts off by saying the longer spacer is on that left side there, where really it's on this right side. I guess it depends which way you're looking at the bike. If I'm looking at it from the front, the long spacer goes on the right, the short one goes on the left. This twists, so you can get it started, put it through, and then twist it on. Now, it's in, it went in pretty smooth once everything lined up. Now I'm just going to take these wrenches and tighten it all down. Make sure that everything is nice and fit. You don't want this to come apart on you while you're riding, so make sure you tighten this down really good. And then the front brake, tire wheel, everything will be done on this end. It is now time for the foot pegs. You got a left and a right. So each of them have their own screws already in them. Just go ahead and remove those. And it goes from the bottom up. Just line up those holes there. And then place the screws back in all the way down and tighten those up. So there'll be two on each side. Go ahead and get that done and the pegs will be done. Okay, this is what it should look like when it's done. Make sure these two are nice and tight. Okay, we're going to install this last part right here. So I've already got these screws loosened. You're going to remove them. Like everything else, you're going to put this piece up, line up the holes, and get it started. And then get them both nice and tight. Again, this is plastic, so don't over tighten. You don't want to break it. And just go ahead and get those 2 screws back in and this piece will be done. Okay, the monster has been assembled. Make sure you go back over everything and make sure everything's nice and lined up and tight. Make sure the tires have the proper air pressure, your battery's fully charged. Get out there and ride, and I'll see you on the next one.